You've been told that to lose weight, you need to count calories, but counting calories is hard, it's time consuming, and it can be incredibly annoying at the best of times. But as somebody who's lost over 50 pounds and knows how frustrating calorie counting can be, have you ever wondered if there's a way around it? Well, there is. So I'm going to share how I'd lose weight if I wasn't counting calories. And maybe by the end of the video, I'd have changed your perspective on calorie counting and tracking as a whole. The easiest way to lose weight without counting calories is to make low calorie swaps for every single food that you're eating. For example, eating lower fat products, drinking diet drinks, finding sugar alternatives, eating leaner cuts of meat. Doing this could guarantee that you're going to be in a calorie deficit. But another underrated method that you should already know is eating more fruits and veg. You knew it was coming. If you want to try and lose weight without counting calories, try have half of your plate be either fruits or veggies, obviously depending on the food that you're eating. Fruits and veggies are low calorie, they're nutrient dense, they are foods that are going to keep you fuller for longer, which means that you're going to eat less. This is another way to guarantee that you're in a calorie deficit. And let's face it, who was the last person that you saw who ate too much fruit and gained weight? You haven't, because it's never happened and it never will. Next, we have eating until you're satisfied, not until you're full. And I hate this method with a passion, because let's be honest, if we're fat, if we're overweight, we don't have that kind of self-control as it is. So I'm giving that method to you. Do whatever you want with it, but just know I do not recommend it. I don't think it'll work, but let me know in the comments. I mean, seriously, like, how do you know when to actually stop? Like, we eat everything. Anyway. But this next one is even more interesting because nobody seems to be talking about it. And it's a little underrated. And I call it the 1-2 punch method. How many of you eat one massive portion of food and then right away you're looking for the next thing to eat? If this is you, I want you to try this. When you make your next portion of food, when you're dishing it out, I want you to take half of that serving. Take that half, finish it and eat it. And by the time you're ready to eat that next meal, instead of going and finding something in the pantry or in the cupboard, you just go back and have the second portion. I know it seems like common sense, but a lot of people may overlook it. So by splitting one big meal into two, this can prevent you from going back and snacking afterwards, because you would have satisfied that urge or that craving by having or saving that second portion of food instead of having it all in one. I use this all the time if I'm deep into a deficit and my cravings can get the better of me. But arguably the best way to lose weight without calorie counting is going to be meal prepping. When you meal prep your food, you can assume that all of the portions are going to be roughly the same amount of calories, proteins, etc. It's really hard to mess up. Only downside with meal prepping is that yes, it can take time. You may not want to eat the same thing every day, but I think the meal prepping is one of the best ways to stay consistent with your diet, eliminating any kind of temptations of going off plan, because you literally have no excuse. The food that you need to eat is right in front of you. So if you were going to go down the route of losing weight without calories, this would be my preferred method to lose weight without calorie tracking. Now, as you already know, I'm giving away 30 days of free weight loss lessons, advice, and strategies to help you stay on top of your fitness goals. Now, I am probably shooting myself in the foot here, but you could honestly stop watching all of these videos altogether, reference the emails that I'm going to be sending you every day, and still lose the same amount of weight, if not more. So if you are interested, which again, I don't know why you wouldn't be, because it's literally free, hit the link in the pinned comment and I will be in touch very, very soon. Now, this is where things get weird, because these next two methods that I'm about to share aren't really methods. They're more coping strategies for when you get hungry, and some tips that are going to help you stay fuller for longer, which in turn means that you're going to eat less. And if you eat less, you're going to eat less calories, stay in a deficit, lose weight. You know the drill by now. Surprisingly, number one is do not neglect fat. Fat isn't necessarily bad. Number one, we need it for our hormones. And number two, fat is actually quite hard to digest. And if something's hard to digest, it's going to take a long time to digest. And if it takes a long time to digest, we're going to feel fuller for longer. Linking back to the point earlier, if you're fuller for longer, you're going to eat less calories. Again, you know the drill. Now, be sensible with this. I'm not saying to eat a teaspoon of lard with every single meal. Obviously, that's just stupid. Like, I don't even need to say that. You guys know what I'm talking about by now. But don't completely cut it out or neglect it, because we do need fat, believe it or not. And number two is my most underrated weight loss tip that I'm honestly going to say it transforms people's lives. It's a bold claim, I know, but I'm saying it. And that underrated tip is to drink 1 or 2, preferably 2, huge, humongous glasses or bottles of water before and after every single meal. Do it right now and tell me that you're hungry. I double dare you. Tell me you're hungry. You can't. Now, here's the very sad reality of everything that I just said, even down to the promise that I made you at the start of this video. All of the tips, all the tricks, and all the methods that I provided you with work effectively and work best, right, with people who already have tons of experience with calorie counting. I know, I hate to be that guy. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it's true. All of those methods that I mentioned are subpar and inadequate methods of losing weight compared to doing it the old-fashioned way, where you just weigh your food and log everything in MyFitnessPal. Now, I'm sure you must have seen plenty of TikToks and loads of people online saying, oh, as soon as I stopped counting calories, I lost more weight. And they're correct. But all of those people online who are saying these things, things, have more knowledge, have more experience, have more discipline, have more skills than you to be able to make a change like that and not regain the weight. That's knowledge and experience that you don't have yet. It's just one of them things that you have to experience for yourself. And people who are watching these videos, maybe even you, and who want to start losing weight without the burden or the baggage of calorie counting, you want something that you can't have without prior knowledge and experience of calorie counting. You want to get from A to Z without going through the rest of the alphabet. And I don't blame you, because it's tough and it's hard, but it's the best way to make sure that you lose weight in the first place. It's the best way to make sure that you don't just lose the weight and then put it back on. It is just the best way, hands down. And if there was another way that I have tried and that I've tried with other people that I've worked with, then I would be the first one letting you know. Trust me on that. Unfortunately, there's no quick way around this. The fastest way is going to be the slowest way. Now, regardless of everything I just said, I know that calorie counting can be incredibly annoying. That's why I made a complete beginner's guide on how you can use MyFitnessPal, outlining its most key features and the ones you can ignore and not even look at. And if you think something like that would be helpful, then I would watch this.